Panic spread across the galaxy like fire in dry grass. Every screen in every command center showed the same disturbing message. A sudden strike had shaken half the galaxy. No one knew where it came from and no one knew who to blame. The Great Alien Alliance gathered in the Central Council Hall. 12 powerful species, each with their own ships, their own armies, and their own fears. They waited for a reply from Earth, but humans had not spoken a single word since the strike. Their silence felt louder than any weapon. The council chamber echoed with chaotic voices. Did humans create this? A tall, silver-skinned senator demanded. They must be hiding something, roared a war general from the Jurox Empire. Another alien, smaller with glowing eyes, shook his head. No, the humans would not strike without warning. Someone else started this. But no one had proof. And proof was all that mattered now. Across multiple star systems, sensors displayed the same strange reading, a massive energy shockwave moving through space like a living storm. It passed through planets, moons, entire fleets, yet left no physical destruction behind. It only created fear. Scientists could not understand it. They scanned the waves again and again, but the numbers refused to make sense. The energy looked old, ancient, but mixed with something new, something human. Ships went quiet. Engines slowed. Communication lines broke. Whole sectors fell into darkness. And then, everything stopped. In the cold space outside the council's headquarters, all lights faded. A deep, unnatural silence covered the stars. Nothing moved. Nothing breathed. Even time felt slow. "Why has everything gone dark?" asked a trembling voice. No one replied. They were all staring at the main screen. There, floating in the silent void, was a single human ship. It appeared as if the darkness had opened its mouth and spat the ship out. No jump signature, no warp trail, no sound. It was just there. The ship was small compared to alien battleships, almost too small. But something about it looked wrong. It glowed with a strange blue-gold light that pulsed like a heartbeat. The light flowed in waves across its hull, alive and frightening. Alien leaders stared, frozen in their seats. "Why is that human ship glowing?" whispered the council queen. "It should not be possible," a scientist responded. "Humans do not have that level of technology." But the ship kept glowing brighter and brighter, as if it was waking up from sleep. Suddenly alarms screamed across the council's command center. "Power is dropping," a technician yelled. Alien warships across the system began losing control. Engines stalled. Shields flickered. Weapons shut down one by one. The glowing human ship did nothing. It did not fire. It did not move. It only floated in the darkness like a ghost. The council was terrified. "Humans are planning something bigger," the Jurox general shouted, slamming his fist on the table. "They want war." "No," the scientist argued, shaking his head desperately. "This is not an attack. The energy wave, it is not killing anyone. It is scanning us, measuring us." "How can you be sure?" the general growled. "I cannot. But if humans wanted to destroy us, we would already be dead," he said with a broken voice. The tension in the room grew thicker than smoke. Every leader watched the glowing ship. Their hearts pounded. Their minds ran wild. And then the ship moved. Slowly, almost too slowly. The glowing light changed shape, forming patterns, symbols no one could understand. Strange whispers of energy passed through the room's screens. A message. The entire galaxy held its breath. A low, metallic hum filled the air. The message began to appear. The human ship sent no sound. No words. Only a signal, one symbol after another. The Alliance translators worked hard, decoding each piece. The final translation appeared on the main screen. "You triggered this, now face the cost." The room exploded with noise and fear. What cost? Triggered what? Did we start a war we did not see? No one had answers. Only questions. Too many questions. The lights flickered again. "Look outside," a young officer cried. The glowing human ship shifted position. But behind it, something else appeared. A shadow. A shape. A massive, dark structure that blended with the emptiness of space. The council gasped as the shadow grew larger, spreading across the screen like a black sun. "This can't be real," someone whispered. The entire alien fleet raised alarms as sensors lit up red. Unknown object detected. Unknown energy detected. Unknown threat approaching. The human ship did not attack. It only floated there, between the Alliance and the shadow, like a shield. For the first time in history, the alien leaders understood that the strike they feared was not meant for them. Someone else had caused it. Someone older. Someone hidden. And the humans knew it. Silence fell again. The entire galaxy stared at the dark shape behind the glowing human ship. A war was coming. A war no one was ready for. Chaos spread faster than light across the galaxy. After the mysterious strike and the sudden appearance of the glowing human ship, every system station, every command center, every ship captain struggled to understand what was happening. No answers came. Only more fear. The shockwave that had rippled through star systems kept growing. It was unlike anything the Alliance had ever measured. It was not just energy, it carried strange patterns like coded memories, old and new mixed together. Scientists stared at their screens with wide eyes. They had never seen anything like it. Across hundreds of planets, communication towers flickered and died. Strong networks collapsed within minutes. Families lost contact. Spaceports shut down. Thousands of trade routes froze. Civilizations that depended on fast communication were left blind. There were cries in every city. What happened? Who attacked us? Is Earth responsible? But no one knew the truth. In the Central Council Hall, alien leaders tried to calm their people. They failed. Arguments turned into shouting. Fear turned into anger. The Alliance, once united, began to shake from the inside. The Jurox general slammed his metal fist on the table. This is war. Humans have been hiding their weapons. They have been building power behind our backs. That glowing ship proves it. The silver-skinned senator replied sharply, "You are jumping to conclusions. We must study the situation before we attack anyone." The general roared, "Study? We are being scanned like insects. Our ships cannot move. Our weapons are dead. And humans are silent. Silence means threat." A calm voice rose from the corner. The Alliance's chief scientist, Dr. Varen, stepped forward, his glowing eyes dim with exhaustion. "I studied the energy shockwave. It is human-made, but not from anything humans have used before. Their old technology could not do this." Everyone stared at him. "So what does that mean?" a council queen asked softly. "It means humanity has evolved. Or someone helped them evolve." The room fell silent. Outside the hall, fleets across the galaxy struggled with failing systems. Commanders shouted orders. Engines sputtered. Ships spun out of control. Civilian transports drifted helplessly. It was as if invisible hands were gripping every ship at once. Yet strangely, not a single life support system failed. No oxygen shortage. No gravity loss. No civilian deaths caused by the shockwave. It was almost as if the energy was choosing what to disable. "Who could control energy like that?" someone whispered. No one answered. Time passed slowly. Too slowly. The glowing human ship remained still, its blue-gold light pulsing like a heartbeat. Every pulse interfered with sensors. And every pulse felt like a warning. Alien leaders watched it with growing dread. Suddenly, the council chamber's screen flashed red. New data detected. Source: human origin. Another shockwave appeared, smaller, sharper. But this one did not travel across planets. It spread across communication channels, reactivating some systems. A strange code entered the network. The council scientists quickly intercepted it. "It is human," Dr. Varen said. "But it is not coming from a living human." "What do you mean?" the queen asked. "It is coming from a machine. A human-made AI." The room grew colder. The AI's message played. Not with voice, only text. Protocol Guardian activated. Emergency level, absolute. For the first time, the Alien Alliance saw the face of the real problem. Humans were not silent because they wanted war. They were silent because something terrible had awakened, and they needed time. The AI continued to reveal information piece by piece. Long ago, humans discovered signals, dark signals, from beyond known space. Signals that belonged to an ancient enemy. The Alliance never believed humans when they warned them. They laughed. They ignored the warnings. Now the signals returned. Stronger than before. Hunger in the void. Humans were preparing for this, Dr. Varen said, voice trembling. They knew something was coming. That strike, it was a shield. A defensive shield. The Jurox general turned pale. His anger melted into confusion. Then who caused the first strike? If not humans? Dr. Varen stared at the screen with fear. Someone else. Someone older. The council fell into stunned silence. Then suddenly, every alarm in the hall screamed. The main screen flashed. Unidentified fleet detected. Origin unknown. Approach speed, impossible. Outside, in the dark space behind the glowing human ship, shadows began to move. Shapes formed, large, silent, smooth structures drifting forward. They were not like any known alien design. Their surfaces absorbed light like black holes. The Alliance froze. The unknown fleet continued to advance without stopping. No lights. No heat. No sound. Only darkness. The human ship's glow brightened, as if reacting to the threat. Alien leaders watched with horror as the unknown ships grew larger and larger. Their size dwarfed even the strongest warships in the Alliance. Dr. Varen whispered the words everyone feared. They were here all along. Hidden. Watching. Waiting. The dark fleet spread out like wings across space. The Alliance realized the truth. Humanity was never their enemy. The real enemy had finally arrived. And the galaxy was too late to stop it. The unknown fleet drifted forward like a silent nightmare, filling every screen in every command center. Their ships swallowed light. Their shapes looked wrong, almost alive, with smooth, shifting surfaces that reflected nothing. They were not made of metal. They were made of something older, something no one in the Alliance had a word for. Across the galaxy, millions of citizens stared at their screens, frozen. Soldiers held their breath. Children hid under tables. Entire worlds watched the dark fleet spread its shadow over the glowing human ship. Inside the Central Council Hall, tension crushed the air like a heavy stone. "Why are they not attacking?" a council member whispered. No one answered. The alien leaders stood around the large projection table, helpless. Their ships were weak, their weapons useless. Their communications half-dead. And that growing shadow fleet gave no signal of peace or war. They were simply approaching. Suddenly, the glowing human ship moved. Just a little, almost like a living creature adjusting its position. Its blue-gold light pulsed faster, brighter, as if sending a warning. The Alliance stared, confused. Then the ship emitted a thin beam of light, projecting symbols into space. Dr. Varen's eyes widened. "That is not language. That is code." "What kind?" the Council Queen asked. "A message. A human AI message," he replied, unable to hide his fear. "This is a strategic command." The message decoded on the Council screen, line by line. "Threat confirmed. Guardian Protocol, Phase 2. The Council's breath caught. "Phase 2? There are phases?" someone whispered. Dr. Varen nodded slowly. "Humans prepared for this. Long before any of us understood." The room erupted again. "How long have they known? Why did they not tell us? Did they think we were too weak?" The Council Queen raised her voice. "Enough. We must understand what is happening, not waste time blaming humans." She turned to the scientist. "Tell us everything." Dr. Varen swallowed hard. "The energy strike we saw earlier, it was not an attack. It was a shield. A wide-range protection field. Humans designed it to stop hidden enemies from entering the galaxy." The Jurox general looked stunned. "But instead it disabled our ships." Dr. Varen shook his head. "That was a side effect. Humans did not expect it to interfere with our systems. We are simply not prepared for technology that advanced." His words fell heavy across the room. A transmission blinked on the screen. It was from the human AI again, revealing encrypted data. Slowly, images appeared, scans of the Dark Fleet. Analysis. Predictions. All from human intelligence networks. The AI message continued. "Ancient hostiles detected. Silent race. Goal, consumption of unstable systems." "Consumption?" the Queen repeated. "What do they consume?" "Planets," Dr. Varen whispered. A cold wave rushed through the hall. The message expanded. Humanity prepared counter-technology. Full Alliance was not informed due to risk of panic and sabotage. The Jurox general clenched his jaw but said nothing. Even he could not argue with that. The AI message showed more. Activated shield, protects all life. Disables weapons. Forces hostile race into visible spectrum. The shockwave that disabled ships was not meant to hurt them. It was meant to reveal the hidden enemy that had been blending with shadows for centuries. The leaders exchanged terrified glances. "So humans knew about this threat for a long time?" the Queen whispered. Dr. Varen nodded. "Yes. Humans found traces centuries ago. They warned us but we didn't listen. We did not believe them." The Jurox general looked down in shame. Suddenly the human ship pulsed with light again. It projected another beam that spread across space like a shield, blocking the advance of the Dark Fleet. The entire galaxy watched. And then, every screen flickered as a video transmission forced its way through all communication networks. It was a pre-recorded message from humanity's highest command. A human admiral appeared on screen. Her face was calm. her voice steady. If you are seeing this, we are not dead. We are prepared. We have built something that can fight them. These creatures have been feeding on the weak and waiting for the right moment. We tried to warn you. The council hall fell silent. We are not your enemy, the admiral continued. We never plan war with you. We plan war with them. And now, they are here. She turned her head slightly as if watching the dark fleet behind her. Our AI Guardian protocol is now in control. It will defend all living worlds, human or alien. But we cannot do this alone. The admiral's eyes were full of something the aliens had never seen in humans before: absolute determination. We need every ally, every ship, every soldier. The enemy feeds on fear. But we do not fear them. The projection ended. The council sat in deep silence. Outside, the glowing human ship began charging its core. Lines of golden energy ran across its hull like veins of light. The dark fleet answered by shifting forward as though sensing danger. The Durox general finally spoke, his voice hoarse. Humans had a plan. A plan that could save millions. Dr. Varen nodded. Yes. But now, the plan requires us. The council queen looked around, her eyes strong. Then we stand with humanity. Everyone agreed. Outside, in the black silence of space, the glowing human ship prepared for battle. The golden light grew so bright that even the dark fleet paused. The galaxy watched in fear and hope. The first true strike of the ancient enemy was coming. And humans were ready. The dark fleet loomed like a wall of shadows, stretching wider than any star map could show. Their ships were not ships in the normal sense. They shifted and twisted almost as if they breathed. Their surfaces rippled like liquid metal, absorbing all light. Every sensor that tried to scan them returned a single reading. No data. It was impossible. Every known vessel, every asteroid, every star gave some form of data. But these, nothing. As if they were made of emptiness itself. In the central council hall, the alien leaders could feel the fear thick in the air. Cold, heavy, suffocating. Dr. Varen stepped closer to the main screen, his eyes reflecting the massive silhouette of the ancient vessels. We have finally found them, he said quietly. Or, they have found us. The Durox general clenched his fists. What are they? Why have we never seen them before? Dr. Varen took a slow breath. Because they never wanted to be seen. They hide in the shadows between stars. They move between gravity wells, feeding on weak systems. They destroy the weakest civilizations first. His voice shook. Humans discovered one of their old signatures centuries ago. The room grew silent. An old signature. An old threat. A threat ignored. The queen of the crystal-skinned Ilari people stood with trembling hands. We never believed humanity. We thought they were exaggerating. We thought they wanted power. Dr. Varen nodded painfully. And now we understand humans never exaggerated. They prepared. They studied. They built weapons to stop this enemy. Outside the council chamber, the glowing human ship shifted again, its blue-gold light pulsing in steady waves. The enemy fleet reacted, forming a crescent shape around it, trapping it in the center. Every projector screen in the hall showed it. A lone ship standing against a sea of darkness. What are they waiting for? The queen asked. They are analyzing, Dr. Varen replied. These creatures, they are not mindless. They think. They study their prey. They choose the weakest point before they strike. A heavy silence followed. Suddenly, the human ship released a burst of golden light, a shield wave pushing outward. For a moment, the dark fleet froze. Their liquid surfaces rippled like disturbed water. The galaxy held its breath. Then everything changed. A horrible screeching noise filled every comm channel. The sound was raw, broken, unnatural. It felt like claws dragging across metal, like a dying star screaming. The sound was everywhere, through speakers, through hulls, through the minds of anyone connected to a system. Millions covered their ears. Children cried. Soldiers fell to their knees. Dr. Varen cried out, "It's not sound. It's psychic pressure. They are attacking our minds." The dark fleet fired. Not lasers. Not rockets. Pure black energy, like shadows solidified, shot across the void and struck a nearby moon. In a blink, the moon shattered into dust. No explosion. No debris. Just gone. A cold, silent erasure. The entire council gasped. That moon had 20,000 people living underground, someone whispered. The council queen grabbed the edge of the table, her eyes filled with tears. They didn't even see it coming. Dr. Varen's voice trembled. This is why humans built the shield. This enemy does not fight for glory or territory. They fight to consume. They erase. They feed on destruction itself. The Durox general slammed his fist down. Then why are humans not firing back? Why are they just standing there? Dr. Varen looked at him with haunted eyes. Because humans are waiting for us. They wanted to unite all species. If they attack first, you will all think they started the war. The council breathed in sharply. Of course. Humans were holding back so no one could blame them. So the Alliance could see the truth. Another terrible screech tore through the systems. This time it hit closer, right at a major space colony. The colony's shields flared, broke, and collapsed. Buildings cracked. The planet's sky turned red. Millions are at risk, the Queen cried. Dr. Varen turned to the council. We cannot hide anymore. We must join humanity. The Durox general, for once in his life, agreed. Activate every ship. Even damaged vessels. Prepare for coordinated strike. Humanity needs us. The council hall filled with action. Officers rushed to controls. Ancient war codes were unlocked. Emergency fleets were summoned from every corner of the galaxy. Ships rose from planetary surfaces, engines flickering. Outside, human ships, hidden behind stealth fields, began to reveal themselves one by one. Not hundreds. Not thousands. But enough. Enough to show they had prepared for war long before anyone else. Sleek silver vessels. Dark gravity ships. Twin-barrel laser carriers. Human dreadnoughts with glowing veins of gold. The galaxy stared in awe. Humans had not been idle. Humans had been preparing for this exact moment. Suddenly the human AI appeared again on every screen. Alliance confirmed. Prepare for unified defense. The glowing human ship at the front spread its golden shield wider, protecting the newly formed Alliance forces. And then the AI spoke a final message. They are not coming for humans. They are coming for all of us. The Dark Fleet roared. The Alliance moved. And the greatest war in galactic history began. The galaxy held its breath. Across thousands of star systems, ships prepared for battle. Human ships glowed with golden lines of energy, forming a protective wall. Alien fleets, damaged but determined, rose beside them. The dark enemy fleet waited, silent and unmoving, as if watching their prey gather strength. In the command deck of the Central Council Hall, the leaders stood shoulder to shoulder. Fear had changed into something new, resolve. Dr. Varen spoke softly, eyes fixed on the screens. This will not be a normal battle. Their technology is beyond anything we know. The Durox general grunted. Then we learn as we fight. The council queen nodded, her voice trembling but strong. And we fight together. Outside, the glowing human ship, the first one that appeared in the void, began charging its energy core. Golden lines brightened, pulsing faster. Humanity's Guardian Protocol AI sent instructions to every connected ship, human and alien. The message appeared on all screens. Formation Alpha. Do not break pattern. The alien captains obeyed without argument. They had seen enough destruction to understand humanity knew what they were doing. Dozens of human dreadnoughts shifted into position. Their hulls opened like petals, revealing enormous energy channels. Smaller human frigates darted between them, forming a shield pattern. Alien ships filled the gaps. Ilari crystal cruisers, Durox ironclads, Kalari stealth vessels. Together they looked like a living wall of light. And then, the enemy moved. The Black Fleet twisted, stretching like liquid darkness. Their ships split apart into thousands of smaller shadow forms. They spread wide, covering space like a storm cloud. Every shadow pulsed with hungry psychic energy. A wave of darkness rushed forward. The Alliance braced. The first strike hit. A black beam slammed into a Durox ironclad. The ship's hull cracked instantly. Metal plates curled like paper. The ironclad exploded without sound, only a flash of dark mist. Thousands of lives vanished. Before anyone could react, the psychic scream hit. A crushing wave tore through the minds of every living soldier. Some fainted. Some bled from their noses. Others screamed uncontrollably. The Durox general roared in pain, gripping his head. They attack our minds, our souls. Dr. Varen shouted, human ships. Their shields block psychic waves. Get behind them. The formation shifted. Alien ships moved behind humanity's golden line. Human vessels absorbed the psychic pressure. Their shields glowed brighter. Human engineers had built something extraordinary. Behind the shield, alien soldiers caught their breath. The AI sent a new message. Return fire. The galaxy shook. Human dreadnoughts fired. Not lasers. Not missiles. Pure golden energy, clean, bright, screaming through space like a river of light. The beams collided with the shadow forms. The darkness twisted violently, rippling like a dying star. Pieces of the enemy fleet peeled away, dissolving into black dust. Alien fleets joined. Crystal beams. Plasma blasts. Ion storms. All firing at once. Millions across the galaxy cheered. For a moment it looked like hope. Then the enemy adapted. The dark shapes hardened. Their surfaces changed, reflecting the attacks. The golden energy blasts started bouncing off. Crystal beams shattered. Plasma fizzled. The enemy ships absorbed the light, growing stronger. The Council Queen gasped. They are learning our weapons. Dr. Varen cursed. They evolve instantly. The Black Fleet pushed forward again. Human shields flickered. Alien weapons overheated. Dozens of ships fell apart under the psychic pressure. The first line of defense began to break. Human dreadnought Solace 7 took a direct hit, its hull ruptured, glowing veins dimming. Half the ship broke off and spun into the darkness. Its communication channel filled with screams. Then silence. All across the battle, the galaxy felt the weight of loss. The enemy moved like a living shadow storm, focusing on the glowing human ship at the center, the one that started everything. The human vessel shuddered as multiple dark beams struck its shield. Golden light cracked. Lines dimmed. Systems flickered. Inside the central council hall, alarms rang. Guardian ship is losing power. Shields dropping. They are targeting the core. The Jurox general shouted, "If that ship falls, the whole alliance collapses." Dr. Varen's voice broke. Without it, the shield wave disappears. The enemy can erase entire planets. Everyone watched the screen as the glowing ship struggled under the barrage. And then, something unexpected happened. The human ship's golden light surged again, stronger than before. A second layer of energy spread across its hull. Ancient symbols lit up, patterns unknown to any alien. Dr. Varen whispered, "That is not human technology." Before anyone could ask, the light burst outward, releasing a shock wave of pure force. The enemy fleet staggered. The psychic scream fell silent. The golden ship spoke, not through the AI but through a deeper, older frequency. The message echoed across space. "You will not take this galaxy." The Alliance stared in shock. Even the enemy paused. The human ship rose higher, brighter, as if waking up fully for the first time. And a secret humanity had kept hidden for centuries began to reveal itself. The giant fleet moved slowly around the glowing human ship. Every alien commander watched their screens with fear. Some tried to speak, but their voices shook. The energy field around the ship had grown even stronger than before. It covered entire sectors now, wrapping space in a heavy silence. Inside the command room of the Alliance flagship, chaos returned. Reports came in from every corner of the galaxy. Stations offline, ships frozen, weapons dead. Each message repeated the same line. The human energy wave is still growing. Even the bravest commanders were scared. They had never seen humans use such power. They did not know if humans planned to attack them or if something else was controlling the ship. Confusion and fear spread like fire. Admiral Tucker, the leader of the Alliance, stood with shaking hands. His eyes were fixed on the hologram of the glowing ship. "If humans wanted war," he said, his voice breaking, "they would have finished us already." But his officers shouted back. "They destroyed hundreds of systems. They shocked the galaxy. They must be planning something bigger." Tucker closed his eyes. He knew fear made them blind. He knew panic was eating their minds. Across the silent stars, the human ship released another pulse of light, soft at first, then brighter, brighter, until it washed over the entire fleet. Alien ships shook violently. Sparks burst from panels. Gravity fields twisted. Entire control rooms became storms of flashing warning lights. But then, everything stopped. The energy pulse did not destroy them. Instead, it connected them. Every screen in every ship suddenly showed the same message. It was a human message, simple, clear, and terrifying. "We are not your enemy. You have been manipulated." The entire galaxy froze. The second message followed. "The true attacker is watching all of us." A cold silence filled the ships. No one dared to speak. For the first time since the strike, every alien felt something deeper than fear, uncertainty. Suddenly, behind the glowing human ship, a dark shape appeared. It was bigger than any known vessel. It did not match any species' design. It looked like a shadow pulled from the darkness of space itself. It did not move like a normal ship. It drifted like a living thing. A whisper echoed through the Alliance. What is that? The shadow ship released a cold wave that shut down every remaining system. Lights died. Engines went dark. Air grew still. It was like the universe held its breath. Only the human ship remained glowing, standing between the Alliance and the unknown enemy. Inside the alien flagship, Admiral Tucker finally understood the truth. Humans had never attacked first. Humans had never tried to start a war. Humans had been trying to warn the galaxy. And now the real threat had arrived. The shadow moved closer. The human ship prepared to fight alone. Tucker stared at the screen and whispered the words his officers never expected to hear. We must stand with the humans, or we will all die. The entire fleet waited for the human ship's next move. The galaxy's fate balanced on a single moment. And the final war had just begun.